So the other thing you can do with the drawing is use a partial view. So if space is limited on the paper to save time, partial views can be used with sectioning. Okay. Here's a concept called a conventional break. Conventional breaks are used to shorten the view of an object that is too long to show clearly at one scale on the drawing sheet. So if the part is too long, you can use a convention break to shorten that part. Okay, let's talk about auxiliary views in Chapter 9. Auxiliary views are useful for both design and documentation. Many objects are shaped such that the principal faces are not parallel to the standard planes of projection. Okay, in this case, you got this lug part here where, the hole through the lug is at 45 degrees to the primary faces of your orthographic projection. So that's what an auxiliary view is for. It shows, in this case, the auxiliary view is to show the true size of that plane P. Okay, by making a projected view normal to plane P, you're showing the true size of that auxiliary plane. And then transferring depths, it's very much the same as we did with transferring depths when we were talking about orthographic views. But in this case, we've got these other views, this auxiliary view that's picking up, normal to this, inclined plane here. And it's the same with the height transfer of views. Auxiliary views are generally pretty easy to do in CADs, especially if you're working in 3D. A little bit more difficult if you're working in 2D to generate this auxiliary view. Hidden lines, generally when you're in auxiliary view, you can omit the hidden lines unless they're really needed to show the drawing's intent. The other thing we can do is partial auxiliary views. In this particular case, we're looking to take this part. It's got this hole that's drilling into the surface at an inclined angle, and really what we want to dimension this hole. And typically when we dimension holes, we point to the hole in the round view. We're going to learn that when we're talking about dimensioning and tolerancing. But in this particular case, we needed this just to show the hole in the round view, in which case we don't really need the rest of the drawing. Okay, we just really need this hole in the round view. The other thing is we can get the true length of a line with these auxiliary views. It's just a concept I wanted to show you and talk about briefly. It's not something we're going to beat on pretty close. And it's the same with these last 4 slides. If we're really looking at to how to find the true length of a feature, this is how you do it. Here's another one about the edge view of the plane. And then finally the true size of an oblique surface. This concludes our lessons for lesson 1. Please review the assignment number 1, and that's it. Thank you.